Hi, my name is Judith. I'm the sewing expert here at Closet Core Patterns, and today I'm going to show you how to put an invisible zipper. So usually people are scared of putting invisible zippers. It's actually really easy, so I'm going to show you different steps. You want to put an invisible zipper in when you want to, of course, hide it because it's invisible. So you only see the little pull coming out. So here I'm going to show you a sample I made with an invisible zipper. So as you can see, I wanted to pattern match the back of my dress. And the only thing you can see is the little pull right here. Let me put my hand. So when I open my zipper, it's like magic. I still have my zipper, but it's completely hidden in the back. So when you want something hidden like this, when you have a garment that is close fitting, a zipper like this is really easy because it's not bulky. And a side zipper, I can show you on this dress. Right here, we wanted to put a zipper on the side. We used to see a lot of that in vintage clothing. So here it's like completely hidden. And then the little pull is right here. And I have my zipper on the side of my dress like this. And even if you have a seam, it's really easy to put your zipper in compared to a regular zipper that would make it really too bulky. Another type of garment that you would want to put your invisible zipper in is when you have curved seam. So since the zipper teeth are so small, it's really easier to use it on curved, like the back of this dress. Right here, so the back has really like a curved back. So putting on the zipper was really easier using an invisible zipper like this one. Invisible zippers work best on light to medium weight fabric. They're not really or not meant for heavier fabric, especially when you have seams that are perpendicular to the zipper. The bulk will make it, you won't be able to put your invisible zipper in. So the first step to putting on an invisible zipper is you want to take a zipper that's the appropriate length for your garment. So you're going to measure. This one is way too long, but that's okay. We can make it shorter. So you choose your zipper, and then you want to either open it and just press the little teeth to the side with your iron, or I prefer to do it with my fingers. So I'll just it's rolled a little on itself, so I'll just use my finger and like this unroll the zipper teeth. I don't like to use my iron because it makes it too flat, and then you get to stitch so close to the teeth that usually like your zipper won't go up and down easily. So just with my fingers, I'll unroll it like this. So that makes my zipper ready. And with my fabric, here I made a little sample to show you the technique also when you have a seam. What you want to do is you can finish your raw edge before putting on your zipper. And I like to put a piece of interfacing just to stabilize my seam. So this one is knit, but it's sturdy enough that it's just going to stabilize my seam. So I'll just take a piece and I can go all the way to where my zipper needs to be, and I'll just put some steam and stabilize my seam. Okay, so I put interfacing on both sides of my seam allowance, and then I'll either draw a line to show me where my stitch line is, or I can fold it and press it. What I prefer to do, because I'm a little lazy maybe, is just do a stitch line. So I like to do what I call thread tracing, and I'll do it on the machine. I'll just use 4 millimeter stitch length, and I'll do at 5/8 at my seam allowance. So I'll just all the way on that side, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. So I love to thread trace because I don't have to measure anything. It takes 2 seconds, go on the sewing machine, 5/8, and it's done. So I have exactly where I have to align the teeth of my zipper. So my fabric is prepared, my zipper is prepared, and I just have to mark. Usually we'll mark it with a circle where the end of the zipper is supposed to be. Since it's just an example, I'll say that my zipper has to stop here, and I do a little notch just to remind me. So when you have your invisible zipper, this side is actually like the right side. So you would put your zipper right side face down on the right side of your fabric. So you undo your zipper, and then you put the teeth right at the edge of the stitch line that we did before, or if you use like a pencil to make your line, or if you folded your fabric and you pressed it, you have like your little press seam. So you want to put your teeth right next to it. One little trick, if you are putting a facing and using an invisible zipper, just a little trick, don't put the zipper stop right at your seam allowance 5/8 because it's going to be a little bulky to turn. So you want to put it like really more at 3/4 of an inch, so you'll have more space to turn your facing. I can show you on this dress. That's what happened to me. So it doesn't look like exactly. I love showing you guys when I make mistakes because it shows that I also do mistakes. So here it was hard to turn it. So you can see that I have a little bulk here coming up. So if I had put my little zipper stop a little further down, I wouldn't have had that problem. So remember, next time if you're putting on a facing, put your little zipper stop, start your zipper a little lower. So I'm going to start with this side. So you can align and put little pins like this. So the first side is much easier because we're just going to go down. And on the other side, well, you want it to be exactly the same. So that's where we're going to put little markers to make sure that we do it exactly the same on the other side. So you can put pins. There's both sides sticky tape that you can put to put your zipper in place. You can stitch it loosely with hand stitching. I just put pins, and then I go on the sewing machine. So here on the sewing machine, I put my little invisible zipper foot. So in your invisible zipper foot, you have little channels on the left and you have one on the right. So to be able to unroll your teeth and to stitch really close to the edge. So what I want to do is since my teeth are on the right, I'm going to use the little channel on the right. So I put my foot down with my little zipper teeth in the channel, and I'm slowly going to start to sew. And as I sew and my teeth go in the little channel, I'm going to push with my fingers to open my zipper teeth. So slowly I'm going to start sewing and open my zipper teeth like this. So I'll go slowly to show you, and I want to align my teeth to my stitch line. So like this. And you want to take your time. And like we're always concentrated, you can either open your mouth while you're doing it, like normal people do, or go, we always do that. So I can check if I'm close enough. So here, I'm pretty good. I could do it a little closer. So I can go do another pass and make it like really closer. And here I moved a little, so I can redo this part. So here I sewed a little closer to my zipper teeth, so it looks much better. As you can see here, I was a little too far, and I just stitched closer to my teeth, and it looks way better. The next thing I'm going to do is close my zipper. Since I have a seam going through my zipper, I want to make sure that my other side, I'll be exactly, so here I have to do a little mark just to make sure that my seam that goes through my zipper will be exactly at the same level and or is going to match. So I'll just take a marker and I'll do a little mark where my seam is on both sides of my zipper. That way I'll have like a marker to know where to align my zipper on the other side. And that's usually the first thing I do. So instead of like sewing the second piece of zipper all the way down and then checking if it matches, I'll just sew that little space and then I'll come back right away to check on it. So I'll place my zipper with my little line and my teeth right at the stitch line that I marked like this, and I'll put a pin. And I'll go in the sewing machine and I'll just tack that little space there so that I know that my zipper is exactly at the right place. So here I zipped up my zipper, and as you can see, my seam is like really at the same level and it's perfect. I can show you from really close, so you see it's exactly at the same place. So now I can just place the rest of my zipper close to my stitch line that I mark and sew the other side up to my little notch where my zipper ends. So I'll go back on the sewing machine. So I sewed both sides of my invisible zipper. As you can see, we can't see the zipper. Even if I pull, I can see a tiny bit there. Everything looks great. I'm not exactly at 5/8 at some places, but it's not, like it could be better, but it's not that bad. So I now check my zipper. Does it open and close properly? It doesn't snag anywhere. Everything seems great. So I'll finish the rest of my seam. To finish the rest of your seam, you want to use a regular zipper foot to be able to go right next to your zipper stitch line. So I'll show you on the sewing machine. I do it with like my fingers or my nails. I'll really go and match my, my seams where I put my zipper together, because you want it to be like really centered. And I'll put a pin to make sure that it doesn't move. And you want to take out of the way the rest of your zipper. Put my zipper foot like right to the edge of where I feel my zipper, and I want to do it just a little higher than where I stopped sewing my invisible zipper. And I want to put move my needle really close to the edge. So I'll move, I want to be like really close to the edge. And I start doing a couple of stitches, making sure not to grab my zipper. Okay. And then when I get past my stitch line, my zipper stitch line, I'll try and follow my 5/8 seam allowance. So here I have my stitch line that I did before, so I can just follow that and stitch on top of it. Or you can go back to a regular sewing foot and just put your needle back in the middle and just sew regularly. That's the one on the right is my zipper seam when I did my invisible zipper, and this one is my the bottom of, let's say, my garment. So I started a little higher and I went down close to my zipper and continued my seam all the way down. So that way when I open my garment, it makes a really nice finish here at the end of my zipper. So I can open my seam and just press it like this. And I can press also my invisible zipper like this. And I can remove my little thread tracing and everything is going to look perfect. And the seam that went through my zipper is like perfectly aligned. So I have my beautiful zipper like this. That's hidden. When you have a long tail at the end, you can cut it and tack it a little with the machine or by hand stitching. A lot of people, since it's like nylon or plastic, will cut around. I can show you if I cut like this. I've seen people cut the tape on both sides and cut the teeth. Don't use your good scissors like I'm doing. And I think I have one here. And since it's like nylon or plastic, you can burn the end of the teeth and they're gonna melt and it's gonna do like a little stop. And you can just do a little V with the little tape like this on both sides, and you're going to have like a beautiful finish to your zipper. So you can do that, or you can just go in the machine and tack it. Either way, and then you have a beautiful working invisible zipper. So it's really easy to put an invisible zipper in your garments. So don't forget to tack the places where you really want your seams to be together, or like special alignments, so close to the edge of your teeth, and take your time and it's going to look amazing all the time. So like and subscribe. We post every Friday, and happy sewing!